All right, today's the day to start carpeting the rear deck. Whenever I finally feel like I'm done cleaning and prepping and cleaning and prepping, I just see more that needs to be done. And I want this to be perfect and I want it to last. I don't want it to be great showroom on day one and then, 6 months, 12 months later, stuff's falling apart. So I'm doing everything I can, everything I'm seeing, I'm taking care of. So I did 2 rounds of sanding. I went over it with the orbital sander, but before I did that, I did the wire brush. I used the wire brush and sanded it all down. So the goal was to, of course, clean off any remaining glue, any kind of residue, just anything on the surface. And the second reason for doing that is to scuff it up a bit, give the glue something extra to grip onto for laying down the carpet. I paid particular attention to all of the corners, made sure that I got the old glue out of these corners. You want to make sure you get in these corners so that the carpet doesn't start to peel back up later. All right, get in this corner right here. A lot of prep work. Also sanded down the side of the deck as well, and I sanded it before but just did one more round with the orbital sander and wiped everything down afterward with acetone. Okay, every single thing down. And honestly guys, I think I'm gonna do one more round of acetone and I might actually vacuum the top as well. I'm probably being stupid anal about this right now, but it's all good. When I'm doing a customer boat, I just want to go all out and make sure that everything is extra taken care of so there's no issues later. So first I'll measure the entire surface out from the rear of the boat all the way to the end of the bench. And when I'll cut the carpet, I'll be sure to leave some extra, guys. It's always best to leave extra. Do not cut your carpet short because you can trim the carpet later. Better you trim it to size than undercut it and then you waste an entire huge piece of carpet. After that, I'll put the carpet back up on the deck, make sure that it looks pretty good, make sure I haven't cut anything short, and then we'll get to gluing. I'll probably glue the first half of the deck first only. I feel like I want to at least get up to the live well done first. That way I can focus on the cutout here and cut out my pedestal seat and make sure the carpet is sitting nicely before I continue. I don't want to glue everything and then it's shifted or it's tilted. So something that's important to do is mark the front of your carpet. So front of the boat, behind me is the back of the boat. That way you maintain the same grain of carpet as you're laying it down. Your pattern will be in the same direction and give you the same shading in the final result when you look at the carpet in the boat. So I'm just going to draw an arrow. That means front. Really important. You don't want to install this one piece this way, another piece cut that way, another one cut that way. You'll have 3 different patterns on your boat at the end of the day. Now laying down the glue is pretty straightforward. A good tool to use is a 1/8 inch notched out spreader, and feel free to use a good amount of glue. You want to make sure you have enough adhesive to make this carpet stick and not come back up. Typically, you'll need to cut out the inside of your hatches. This is really good to relieve tension in the carpet. Bigger pieces of carpet tend to increase the chance of it buckling when you try to lay it down flat. A great technique to remove air pockets is to grab that good old dough roller and press out all remaining air pockets under the carpet. One thing I really like about the trackers is that you can easily tuck the carpet edges right underneath the side gunnels. This will help to prevent the carpet from ever peeling back up. So right now I'm just trimming off the excess that I know I don't need. Cutting out my corners. I'm gonna go straight from corner out. Straight as you can. I've got a 1-inch brush, just a little dollar brush from Home Depot. Actually got these off of Amazon. You can get a pack of them for like really cheap. I'll link all this in the description below for your convenience. But I'm gonna take this 1-inch brush, got my contact cement, picked that up at Home Depot as well. And I'm gonna use this strategically here for the trim around the hatch. As you're trying to make the carpet mold around the hatch, this glue is perfect for it because it locks it in pretty much instantly. And you're supposed to put the glue on both the carpet and the surface you're putting it on. So we'll spread some on here. Doesn't really say how much to put, so I just try to put a good coating on here, enough to make it last. So it's ready. You can see it's tacky. See the strings going through my finger. You can just look at that. As you can see right here, it's holding on complete 90-degree angle. And if you use just a regular carpet glue, will not do this. So that's where this contact cement makes a huge, huge difference. Now around the rim of your hatch, you will have a small gap to fill. So cut your carpet to shape, glue it down, and it will fit right in there and it'll be seamless. So I'm about to carpet this lid right here. Just want to show you how I'm doing it. Here I've got my roll of carpet, and first thing you want to do is make sure you position your lid so that it's in uniform with the grade of the carpet on the rest of the boat. So we've got the front of the carpet here. I'm going to lay this lid down so that the front of the lid, which is where the hinge side is up top. Just eyeballing this, this is about a 1 inch. So I will leave at least 2 inches over on this side. So when I fold it over, I don't run out of material. All right, I've already sanded down this lid, and for the inside of the lid, I really don't have to clean the whole thing. I'm going to anyway, because this is a customer build, and I want everything to be as clean as possible. You can already see dirt right there coming off. But where I want to concentrate is around the lid opening. So the inside of the lid, this is where the carpet will need to stick to. One thing I realized is I didn't need to measure 2.5 inches outside of this hinge side because it's hinged. I'm not going to be carpeting over this hinge. I will be butting this piece of carpet all the way up against this hinge. There's no overlap. That's my point. A good thing to do is just trace out the outline of your hatch. That way, after you put the glue on your hatch lid, you know exactly where to place it so that you have that measurement intact around your lid. So when you fold them over on both sides, you have the exact amount that you had measured in the first place. Lift it up, and that's what you have. That's going to be my outline. I'm going to apply the glue, and I'm going with this glue right here. This is Robert 6700. This is everywhere. You can get it online. You can buy it at Home Depot. You're going to need one of these to spread your glue. I use the 1/8 inch side to spread the glue around. Good thing to do is to tape off your hinge so you don't get glue on it. Taking off the tape because I want to be able to see the hinge properly, so I can butt it up against it all the way. Now this glue does allow you to shift it around if you need to. So I am just eyeballing this. This is not exact science. I could flip it over and put the carpet on the table and put the lid upside down on it, but I like to do it this way so that I can butt this up right up against this hinge. Slide it up. All right, now we want to roll it. This will help to get everything pressed down nicely, remove any potential air pockets, anything like that. Keeping an eye on my hinge. To avoid getting glue on your carpet when you flip your lid over, before you do it, just check your surface, make sure there's no glue spilling on it. You don't want to flip this bad boy over and land it right in a puddle of glue. Might as well throw this piece away if that happens. For the sides of the lid and inside the rim of the lid, I'm using contact cement. The reason why I'm going with this as opposed to glue is because this holds your carpet down pretty much instantly. I like to do the glue for the main piece, and I'll do contact cement around the edges, which will hold everything down nicely and just make life easier. You want to apply contact cement to both surfaces. Whatever you're applying it to, in this case, the carpet and the lid, you want to apply it to both the carpet and the lid. Around 5 minutes, it'll tack up, and you'll know it's tacky because when you touch it, you'll feel it. I think I've done a couple pieces where I didn't wait for it to tack up long enough and it did not hold, and I had to wait a little bit longer and then it held. So that's an important step to do. Make sure it tacks up before you apply it. Carpeting the side panels is pretty much the same process, but easier because the panels are mostly flat. So take your time, Make your measurements, leaving enough carpet to wrap around the edges. So at this point, especially when rehabbing old panels, you may need to remove any remaining screws, sand everything down including bad spots, and clean everything thoroughly. Then it's back to applying more glue, laying your carpet down, and then you're golden. And if you're ever pressed for time like I was on this build, you can always use clamps to hold down the carpet edges while you move on to something else. Here I had to recruit my wife to help me out because the boat floor and casting deck was huge. Now when you're carpeting wood, not a whole lot is different. You want to be sure to scuff up the sealant really well before applying the glue. In this case, I used fiberglass resin, which is a very slick, glassy-like surface. I used 80 grit sandpaper to scuff it up before putting the glue on. In the end, the glue would adhere to the carpet well, giving that carpet a long-lasting stick, and you'll be really happy with the results. And guys, don't forget, recruit your wife or girlfriend whenever you can. After all, with them being involved on any build will help to justify the amount of time you spend in the garage. You know what they say? Happy wife, happy life. In the end, you want the install to be clean, looks professional, and be very durable. And if you didn't know, this is just one part of a complete rehab of a 1997 Bass Tracker Pro 17, where I take a 30-year-old boat, gut it down completely, and rebuild it. So if you missed it, no worries. Click the end card right here to get caught up on the full build. If you like the content, leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more boat building content. See you on the next video.